What's going on, guys? Big Cloud here, back again with another video. All right, so if you guys missed yesterday's podcast, the RGT episode 48, it is live on the channel. Go ahead and give it a listen. Go check it out. We had a blast with you guys. All right, I hope you guys like the new format. We're going for quicker shows, just to make it more efficient for you guys. That way everybody can stay on topic and we just have, a much better flowing show, and you guys can go on about your day. So pretty much 60 minutes of just nonstop gamer talk, rapid questions, you name it. That's what we're going for at the RGT. So I hope you guys enjoy that new particular format. Now let's go into this whole topic right here. Now, on the RGT yesterday, we had this as one of our topics, and it's basically Xbox Live going to Nintendo Switch. A lot of people were, definitely upset about this in terms of like what we had to say about it. Some people were saying that we're wrong because we said that Nintendo is actually hustling them in a weird way to build them a network. If you think about it, you gotta look at it this way, guys. They kind of are. Nintendo's network right now is as bare bones as you can possibly think it is. There is no messaging, there is no voice chat, there's no achievement system, none of that. There's none of that. Only thing you get pretty much is what? Cloud saves and some NES games. That's it. There's not even a big selection in terms of like, free games a month, right? Nothing like that. And obviously the game just came out, I'm saying, but there's nothing, they're just starting. There's nothing there. Nothing at all. Not even the basics. So for Microsoft to come out here and offer Xbox Live on the actual system, it would definitely make sense for Nintendo to follow suit and allow Microsoft, or to help Microsoft, allow them to build a better network, right? Microsoft on Nintendo's platform is doing nothing but good things for Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't have to pay a dime whatsoever. Microsoft will build the infrastructure, which they have already done with the Xbox 360 going into the Xbox One, right? And the fact that Microsoft will allow this is another good thing. Good thing for Nintendo. So they don't have to spend a dime. And if you think about it, I didn't even bring this up on the podcast because we did bring this up on the podcast, but we talked about it very, very brief. If Nintendo is going to allow Microsoft to pretty much build their network in a weird way so that it's compatible with Xbox One's online infrastructure, will that mean that Nintendo will follow suit as well as Microsoft where it comes to charging you $60 a year? Notice how they only charge you $20, right? It's $20 a year and you basically get nothing right now. But imagine if, if Microsoft actually does incorporate all these basic things into the service, would Nintendo actually bump up the price? That's a good question. Good question indeed. I wonder if they would bump up the price. You never know. So that's another thing that's on the mind right there going into this whole situation. As far as Xbox Live being an option on Nintendo, again, that's just what's going to happen. I'm not surprised Nintendo signed on to this at all. The reason why I'm not surprised that Nintendo is okay with it is because Nintendo, if you guys remember, they're the main ones who actually said yes to the whole crossplay thing. And this also goes back to crossplay. Everybody was talking about crossplay. A lot of people did not understand why crossplay was such a big deal and why it was such a big thing. Crossplay going into the console war and this console generation has definitely led a lot of people astray, pretty much, right? A lot of people were throwing a lot of shade towards Sony because Sony didn't want to do crossplay, and people wanted to fight for it. Now, one thing I didn't understand was that people wanted to fight for cross-play, but they didn't want to fight for cross-progression, where if you had like a game character, like for example, Anthem, right? You upgrade this character to max level, you did all these achievements, you've done all these accolades, right? What should happen with Anthem is that your achievements, all that stuff that you've done in that game should carry over to the next Anthem game, and it will just build up and go even higher. That stuff should happen. But unfortunately, things like that hasn't been fought for. A lot of people don't want to talk about these things. They want to talk about anything that will make one platform look better than the other. And that's been this whole console generation in a nutshell. Nobody wants to talk about the stuff that needs to be talked about. Looking at the situation as is, Nintendo is about to pass Microsoft. All right? And this is me being harsh, right? This is the harsh truth right here. Nintendo is literally about to lap Microsoft in overall console sales. Microsoft has been out since 2014 with the Xbox One, and of course they just recently came out with the Xbox One X. And right now they're at 40-something million units sold. Nintendo is about to pass that. It's insane. Nintendo's literally about to lap that. this year. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if they did it this year. It's that fast they're selling this console. They have got the perfect system for the mobile market, but also the perfect system for the Japanese market. They are buying this system left and right. And the system, if you think about it, is relying heavily on Wii U games that didn't sell. That should tell you something. And that should tell you how bad the Wii U was advertised compared to the Switch. That should tell you something. You know, the Switch doesn't even have the best multiplats. It doesn't. The only redeeming factor that some people will say about the Switch's multiplats is the fact that you can take them on the go. But that's pretty much it, right? Performance-wise, visual-wise, they're not really, you know, anything to jump out your seat over. And they pretty much accepted that. That's nothing new. But when you look at what they have to offer, they have a lot of first-party games. And this is where the power in first-party games comes from. Remember, first-party games saved the PS3. The PS3 was on the brink of just disaster. Hell, it was already a disaster. $600 price point. The system had basically next to no features. The online infrastructure was clearly rushed because they had to compete with Xbox Live because, you know, Microsoft actually took time out of their day to build a network, and Sony did not take time out of their day. They kind of just put a few things together and said, oh, here's the online network, you know? That should tell you something. You know, you need those first-party games. You need those seller-type titles, or those stellar-type titles. You need those incentives to buy a console. You need those. People don't understand that. People want to say, oh, that's just fanboy talking about exclusives. It's not. It's really not. You need those games, man. You need them. People don't want to accept it. Hey, you don't have to accept it. You can bring up some statistics all you want saying that people don't buy exclusives, but I hate to break it to you. At the end of the day, exclusives separate your console from the pack. They do. They show off the power that third-party developers simply cannot use or won't use due to the fact they have to be fair to the competition in terms of parity. Just saying. A lot of you don't think like this. A lot of you don't look at this. And a lot of you are waking up, though. A lot of you are waking up. Just look at the quality games you're getting right now going in towards the Xbox side. And, of course, you know, compare that to PlayStation. Look at the quality that you're getting. You know what I'm saying? Every time Sony messes up, their fans legit let them have it. Legit. Every time Sony messes up, their fans let them have it. They'll tell them, hey, listen, we want this. They'll get it. I don't see this on the Microsoft side, but you know what I do see on my timeline and Twitter? I see a lot of Xbox controllers. I see a lot of people overhyping controllers left and right. That's what I see on my timeline. That's what I see. So I'm just being real here. I'm being real here. If you guys want change, unfortunately, you guys got to demand. You guys got to make the change. If not, well, you're just going to get the same old, same old. And that's just the cold, hard truth. So I'm going to leave it at that. All right? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys later. BitCloud signing out.